Well, hello all. So, rainy, cold, windy here in San Francisco, California, US. So we'll do the video inside. So because of COP26, why don't we do something positive? Alright, what is a food footprint? What is your food footprint? We all have one. It's how much energy is used to make the food that we eat and how we make the food that we eat. So, I have I'm going to begin with how we could grow our food differently. And let's go over to the board and we'll take a look, and then we'll talk about what we can do locally. As you know, I like indoor growing because of the footprint it leaves. You can build an indoor growing system, a farm system, indoors in the cities where the land has already been cleared and buildings have been torn down and there's areas of blight and all that. We could bring growing our food indoors into the cities and bring in jobs, lots of jobs, local jobs, just footsteps away. So this is called the vertical farming method right here, and this is the horizontal farming method. Vertical is more like beans and that kind of thing, you know, that hang down and you can harvest, and there's a harvest bucket that runs up and down each wall so that you can harvest all the fruit and vegetables that you can grow vertical. Solar panels on the roof to run the lighting that will grow the food. Now horizontal here, this is where you get your grains from. You start wheat on a continuous endless belt that runs like this very slowly. It takes about 3 months or 2 months or whatever it is that you're growing to get from the green stage to the dry stage to where a combine would be there harvesting. And it would be continuous harvest of wheat 24/7, 360 days of the year, because it's all indoors controlled. The harvest, the wheat is collected and distributed to the mills, which could be right next door. What is your diet carbon footprint? 1/4 of all global emissions come from food production. That's 26%. More than 1/2 of the food emissions coming from animal production. That's 58%. Half of all farmed animals emissions come from beef and lamb. We need to eat less meat, milk, cheese, and butter. And definitely you need to source your food from a local source if possible. Some of the local stores will source their food locally and not get it from China or India or someplace else. It's actually grown locally within a couple 100 miles of where you live. And that way the transportation is a lot less. And that gives you another reason of why you'd want to go into indoor vertical horizontal farming, because the transportation is so small. Just maybe a mile or two at the most to get to the farthest store in a city, where most of them could almost walk to the vertical farm. It's up to us to try and build ourselves out of this problem. With 8 billion people, I don't know how you could avoid indoor growing. There's no more land to take, and the land that's being used is quickly salting up. It's becoming full of salinity, because when you irrigate land, each time you bring in that water, it has a layer of salt in it, which then pollutes the land until the rain can clear out the salt. Salt is pretty natural. When you have too much salt on the land, you can't grow your food. That's why indoor vertical and horizontal hydroponic gardening is the way to go. It's got a lot of technical hurdles to get over, but that would be a really good place for Biden to build back better with vertical and horizontal farming. So tell me about your carbon footprint. How do you eat on the food chain? I do appreciate all the ups, the downs, the new subscribers, and don't forget your comments. This is a rather important subject.